What's up, everybody? I'm back after a little hiatus. So we got some good info, some good intel today. Let me do a little sharing and we good to go. What's up, Palmer? I'll be with y'all in just a second. Let some other people come in first. Then we gonna get it in. I'm gonna do a little share myself while we wait. Gonna let y'all come in some more, and then we gonna get it in. I give them another minute, y'all, and we ready to go. For them to come on in. Alright, let's get it in. Let us get it in. Well, alright, people. What's up? What's up? Today, I have a unique topic for y'all. It is It's called the Knights of Baphomet and the 144,000. So, let's check this out. Now, there are many different groups across history that have held the torch. That in a way, we could say they in their time were the protectors of the esoteric knowledge and the protectors of the knowledge and wisdom of the Creator. So, I'm gonna name some of these groups to y'all, starting with the priesthood of Jet, which is in ancient Egypt, or what y'all know as the cult of Mendes. This was one of the original locations where the Jedi priesthood, the Magi, started. You see what I'm saying? And this is where we first see the original incarnation of the Baphomet. The Baphomet's real name in ancient Egypt is Baineb Jedet. And he's always seen with Lady Sophia, who real name in ancient Egypt is Hatmehit, which is an aspect of Isis. So, with that being said, this is where it all began in the Eastern Hemisphere. I'm gonna go over the Western Hemisphere too, and the different Magi groups over here too. Some of them. So, this is where it all began. This where the Jedi Order was at its most prime and at its most powerful. Also, you got these wielders. They had this energetic force that I've been telling y'all about for a couple of videos now, and with this energetic force, they able to do seemingly miraculous things. This is what the Jedi Order it was all about. They had this concept known as the Jedi Pillar. The Jedi Pillar had I made a mistake in one video, 3 prongs, but it was 4 prongs. They had your first awakening, which was awakening to your powers. The second awakening was tapping back into your subconscious mind and meeting back up with your inner deity. The third awakening is your true awakening, where you usually fighting the final boss character and you had to tap into the power of your monstrous soul. And the monstrous soul is just the raw, untapped, untamed power of your soul. And then you got the fourth level, which is the level of the completed master, the completed Jedi. The completed man, the completed woman, however y'all like to say it, the guy who has fully realized who he or she is and now has taken their throne and rightful place in the world. That was the 4 prongs on the Jedi Pillar. And let's see, I think I got a picture of some of this that I showed y'all before. Old school. This is what the Jedi Pillar look like. You know, the 4 prongs: first awakening, second awakening, third awakening, and the awakening to the completed self, the Jedi Master. This is the level of the Jedi Master here. Thank you, Mace Windu's, your Master Yoda's, your Obi-Wan Kenobi's. They will sit here on this level. So that's the Jedi Pillar. This here is what Baineb Jedet looks like. Jedet. This is what he originally looked like in ancient Egypt. Y'all know him today as the Baphomet. This was his original incarnation and energy. Let's see. I think I got Hatmehit here. This is Lady Sophia here. This is her original incarnation, which was Hatmehit, Hatmehit, Hatmehit. Yeah, and she was a fish goddess, and she was the wife of Bane of Jet, and she's an aspect of Isis. So Isis, Hotman hit, and Lady Sophia. These were the energies, and they represented. If Baphomet represented the creator, then these ladies here, these goddesses here, represented Source Melanin, which I always tell y'all is that dark, jazzy intelligence and force that empowers the whole cosmos. That's why the cosmos is 90% dark matter or darkness or dark energy, however you like to say it. So those were the original incarnations before the juxtaposition into the Gnostic teachings, where the Knight Templars picked up the torch and called them the Baphomet. When they found out these teachings over there in Persia and Syria in the Middle East, they ran across different groups who was about it, who was magical, because they started off as warrior monks. You see what I'm saying? They started off as, just fighting the Crusades. And then they came across these different priesthoods, the Sufi mystics or Sufi mystics. And you notice it's always Jedi, Sufi, or knights. Those are usually the terminologies. And and they came across these groups and they was worshiping this being known as the Baphomet. And this is how it got started. And in the Sufi teachings or the Sufi teachings over there in the Middle East, they in old Arabic, the Baphomet meant the creator, and he also meant the chief seat, the All Father. And Lady Sophia meant the divine feminine wisdom, the great mother wisdom, Source Melanin, so on and so forth. So the Baphomet also represented the completed man and the completed God, and Lady Sophia represented the completed woman and the completed goddess. So this is the esoteric knowledge and intelligence that they was tapping into. And that Jed pillar represented your Jed force that you channeled up through your spine and it's exploded out of you. So that your source, your soul within can touch these extremities without can manipulate the world around you. Your energetic body grows this force, and you allowed to alter the world around you. This is what the Jed force is, and you can tap into this Jed force through meditation, qigong. I especially recommend qigong because you can teach yourself that. So it's plenty of free qigong exercises on YouTube. Check them out. Tai Chi is a little bit more complicated to learn, but if that's what you feel you need to learn, then check it out. And other exercises you can do, of course, spiritual study and various other things you can do. So check it out. Do what you need to do. Check it out so that you can harness your Jed force, tap into it and harness it, generate it. So when it comes down to putting in work, you have that power available to you, and you're able to do way more miraculous things. Now, back to these Knight Templars. These Knight Templars, they was over there in Sufi teachings. They was over there in the Middle East warring, and they came across the Sufi teachings, and then the Sufi taught them the ways of the Jedi, the ways of the Force, I guess you would say, in our day and time. And they brought that knowledge back to Europe. When they brought that knowledge back to Europe, that's when they erected a statue of the goat head, which y'all know, and they created these practices. Now you had Moors too, who were also teaching them this esoteric knowledge as well. Once they found out about it, the Moors took it upon themselves to teach them more, to teach them to teach them this occult knowledge so that they can be the Jedi Order of their time. Because there's always a Jedi Order in any era, and I'm gonna get to that later. going back to ancient Egypt, the priesthood of Jeddah, they were the Jedi of their time, the Master Jedi, and on top of that, most Jedi orders, especially over there in the well, I'm gonna say most Jedi orders spun from this particular priesthood. So the Sufis, the Knight Templars, the Hashashin, even the assassins are spun from this group, because the assassins, who were known as the Hashashin, were created by a guy by the name of Hassan ibn Sabah, and he studied in the mystery schools of Cairo at the time, and during his cycle in the early, like, to mid 1000, somewhere up in there, and he brought that back to Persia, and he set up his assassin order, his assassin code, when they were known as the Hashashin. But interestingly enough, they would go on to be called the Fidai, or the Fidayin, which is, once again, we get this Jedi, samurai, Medjai. You see what I'm saying? You get that energy, you get that pulse. So, and of course, y'all already know assassins. They did their thing too. They brought that particular aspect to the equation, espionage. Different. A lot of these street magic today started off as assassin techniques to get their job done for when they were putting in work. So all these groups, they spun together. You got other incarnations, which were the Narts in ancient Persia. You have the Gnostics, of course, the Gnostic monks and priests. You have the Sons of Liberty. They were also a Masonic order that the Moors helped establish so that they can create the USA. Let's see. You got the Rosicrucians. You got the five goat gods of Guangzhou, China. Also the Taoist dynasties and the Buddhist dynasties, black of Southeast Asia and Asia period. You had those set up. You got the Nation of Islam. That was another Jedi order of this time. Let's see, it was different Native American priesthoods. They were set up, and they have their own goat stories as well. Let's see, the Masonic order originally started off as a Jedi order till they sold out to the elites, the Cabal, Illuminati. So yeah, those are some incarnations. Let's see, you had the Jaguar, Dragon, and Eagle coats of Mesoamerica during the Olmecan period. You got the Candomblé priests down there in Brazil and South America, Vodun priests, Santeria priests. You got a lot of these incarnations. For up here in North America, during our cycle, we had the Hoodoo conjurers. You see what I'm saying? Of North America. So you had all these different magical priests, Jedi Knights, who were carrying the torch for their era. Now they had a lot going on, as y'all know. There was always a cycle where they rose, they climaxed, they decayed, and then they fell. That's usually the cycle. Y'all know about the Knight Templars. They were burned at the stake, and it was all because of money. They didn't even do nothing wrong. It was all because of the money. If you know about Shahudu teachings, when if you studied them, you learned that the Hoodoo priests were the reason why the Civil War was won. They broke it up by using, they seen this happen 100 years. They seen this slavery happen 100 years before it got real bad. They were prisoners of war in the 1700s. They weren't slaves. They were just prisoners of war. They lost the battle, so they got together, pooled their magical teachings together, and began to chant, do circle shouts and stuff like that, different rituals that over the next 100 years would spark the reality of the Civil War. And of course, through the Civil War, us indigenous Americans regained our freedom. You know, indigenous American black man and woman. We got back out of here. And hoodoo was powerful all the way up until, I said, the Second Civil War. That's when it was at its most powerful. Then it reignited again, of course, during the Great Awakening, Great Metaphysical Awakening in 2008, 2009. So, thanks to the internet, all the hoodoo conjurers the true hoodoo conjurers could get back together and communicate and take on students to learn the true ways of hoodoo. So this is what we talking about. These if you hear these stories, you learn that these beings did miraculous things. I'm gonna tell you something from the outside of the equation, since we live in America, so it's good to know our history too. The hoodoo conjurers, there were many stories of hoodoo practitioners doing amazing things. You had one person by the name of Caesar. He freed himself just off his hoodoo medicines. You know, his medicinal teachers. Everybody was coming to him because at the time, even then, people would pray to Jesus and they noticed that they would pray to him and he would be unresponsive. He would not hear them. He would not respond to them. So they got frustrated and they started going to the hoodoo conjurers for help. And this guy by the name of Caesar, his medicines was so potent, so strong that it won him his freedom, and he got paid £100 of £100 as far as money for a year. So he got his freedom off that. This is the magical power that we wielded at this time. So you talking about there was various other people in the hoodoo lineage. Get the book Mojo Working. Is in there in my room, but get the book Mojo Working by Katrina Donald Hazard, and she got a whole log of people from right here on your land that was about their life, that was doing the work, and they got all type of miraculous and amazing stories of them freeing themselves from slavery, poisoning the slave master to free the people, free the slaves. Cause I don't want y'all to think that y'all was just bending over saying yes, master. Nah, these hoodoo conjurers was getting together, poisoning these motherfuckers, killing them. That's why they had to shut down hoodoo. And the best way they can shut it down is by saturating it with business practices. You know, marketing it to different groups, destroying the herbal areas. You know, the best way they could. So that's how hoodoo failed. They destroyed all the roots and stuff like that, and started erecting businesses strategically in those places. So that's the life they was about. And you know, the original name for hoodoo is black belt hoodoo, and it started down here in the southeast, Alabama, Montgomery, Mobile, you know, and it spread all across the black belt south, as they call it. So that's a little bit on hoodoo. Y'all can check it out. Check the book out, Mojo Working. Connect with your predecessors of this land, and they tell you how to tap back into this power again. So check that out. Also, you had other groups all across the land who on their path, who were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they was doing this work to heal the planet. Cause that's what it's about. It's about the healing. It's about, and when we say heal, we talking about raising the vibrations of the planet through spiritual work. That's what we mean by healing. Not just, you know, healing cuts on your body. We talking about raising the vibration of the people, freeing the people. This is what we mean. This is healing in its truest form, especially for our planet, who's been damaged, hurt, and in pain thanks to these dark cycles we've had for the last 12 to 30,000 years. Shoot, cause you know it just been that bad. Let's see. Another thing I want to tell y'all about. We gonna take a trip to the Bible, cause The hoodoo is the main thing I wanted to touch. The hoodoo conjurer, since how we live in North America, and we don't never get no presents. For real, for real. Everybody talk about Africa, Europe, Asia, but we never get any love over here in America. They act like we ain't do nothing, y'all. They act like we ain't put in no work ourselves. So I wanted to bring that to y'all consciousness. So let's see here. Now, I want to get into the 144,000. Oh yes, Rashida Moore, the 144,000. We about to get into it. Who are the 144,000 in the book of Revelation? That has been the $1 million question for some time. The 144,000, I'm going to answer that for y'all. The 144,000 is actually the representation of the Jedi Order of this era, of the last days. That's the 144,000. And it was said that they will receive the seal of God, which is the seal of the Baphomet and the seal of Isis or Lady Sophia. And when you add up the number 144, you get 9, which is completion, judgment. This is the frequency of the last days. Transition. It's time. We came back before the transition to raise the energy of the planet to make sure that we transition into sin. So let me read y'all the particular passage of the 144,000. Yeah. It says here, the 144,000 seal. It says, after this, I saw 4 angels. Now, the 4 angels, the 4 living creatures, represent the 4 elements. Just let y'all know that. We talking about the 4 elemental powers that govern the planet: earth, air, fire, and water. And they were standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth to prevent any wind from blowing on the land or on the sea or on any tree. Now, the 4 winds are the manifestations of the 4 elements. You know, water flows, fire burns, earthquakes, and air blows, water flows, fire burns, and earthquakes. What's up, John Darius? What's up? So that's what you're talking about when we say the four angels. They just represent the 4 elements, and when they hold back the 4 winds, they are stopping the 4 elements from doing their job. For example, when we do our spiritual work and you break through that barrier, that chrysalis, that's stopping you from tapping fully into your magic, time stops. So you stopping the 4 winds, the 4 elements. It freezes in time, and you feel it. You like, damn, why I feel like time stopped around me? This is why. Because you, the God, the wizard, the whiz, tapped into your power, and your power was so great, your awakening was so great, it stopped time itself, because it ain't no time. Time is illusion. And time in itself, time and space are elements. So also they can be bent and broken and manipulated. So this is what they meant by holding back the 4 winds of the earth to prevent any wind from blowing on the land, earth, or on the sea, water, or any tree, which is nature. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living God, which is the seal of the Baphomet that you see in your first eye, or the seal of Bane Jetet, or the seal of Amen, or the seal of Isis, the seal of Sophia. You know, the seal may come in different forms, but mainly the seal of Baphomet. Because the Baphomet is the physical personification of the creator for this cycle. Now, in the new cycle, he's going to transmute himself into something new, because it's a new energy. Also, Lady Sophia would do the same. In the new cycle, she would transmute herself into something new for the next cycle. That's how it works. So, and everybody is kind of seeing that now. They've exhausted the teachings of this cycle, and now they're ready for the new cycle that y'all were supposed to exhaust those elements, the Pan-Africanism, the Black Panther energy, all the other incarnations of the planet that try to elevate the planet and do something new. Y'all was supposed to learn about these beings so that y'all could move forward, so that y'all could move forward with this ascension. But don't never get stuck in none of the groups. They're just groups. They can be destroyed at any given moment. That's why the Jedi Order is not a place. It's a people. It's a people. Just like they told you in Thor Ragnarok. Is Asgard is not a place, because Asgard got destroyed in Thor Ragnarok. It's a people. As long as the people live, the Jedi Order will always live. There will always be Force Sisters. There will always be children of the sun. There will always be children of the source that come along in critical points in history to change what they need to change the vibration of the planet and elevate it. This is always going to happen. It is happening in every region of this planet, and you're going to continue to see that over and over again. Now, then it reads here, he called out in a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm the land and the sea. And it says, do not harm the land or the sea or the trees until we put a seal on the foreheads. Really, it should say in the foreheads, in your first eye. You should be able to see this image materialize in your first eye. Of the servants of our God. Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from the tribes of Israel. Now, the 144,000 I told you is the Jedi Order of this period, the chosen ones of this period. So that's the frequency, that's the code, that's the encryption to let you know 144 is 9, completion. The energy, it represented the energy of the last days. The Jedi Order of the last days of this cycle. These are the chosen ones. These are the star seeds. These are the psychics, the oracles. These are the empaths. These are the herbalists, and all other type of groups. The angels, the angelics, the twin flames. The list goes on. And they came back to elevate the consciousness of the planet. This is your time. So as Jedi Knights, Jedi Masters, y'all have this force. Y'all given this concentration of the force, and you know the 12 tribes were sealed. And then check this out: the great multitude in white robes. After this, I looked out, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and in front of the Lamb. So they telling you right there, the Jedi Order is everywhere. It's all over the place. It's a people. And it's all over the planet. It's all over the world. And they sit before the throne of the Lamb. And y'all know when we dealing with the Lamb, we dealing with the goat energy, which is the Baphomet energy. So that's what they talking about. And they were wearing white robes and were holding palm branches in their hand. White robes represent, when they say white robes, they talking about neutrality. They talking about you have cleansed your inner self of the bullshit, the traumas, the fear, the pains, healed your DNA, and now you have a neutral mind. You can think clearly now. You can perceive the world how it is instead of how you want it to be. Your emotions are no longer clogged up. You're no longer suffering from the traumas of this world. You see what I'm saying? So this is what they mean by white robes. You have been cleansed. You have been freed from the shackles, and now you're ready to do your work. You're ready to tap into that Jedi force and get it done. And they said they were holding palm branches. And palms represent peace and serenity, harmony. You know, so they talking about the inner harmony though. You see what I'm saying? They talking about the inner peace inside of you, the inner serenity. When you able to tap into this power and use it universally, you gotta be neutral. You gotta be clear. You gotta be that's what they mean by cleanliness in the Bible. You gotta be clear. You gotta be transparent. You gotta be free. You see what I'm saying? your inner self got to be able to flow through you and channel out of you and explode out of you, erupt out of you. See what I'm saying? What's up, Miss Mimi? And then let's see. And then it says here, and they cried out in a loud voice, salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. And you know our God is the creator, the true and living creator who sits on the throne. Y'all know throne, we talking about our crowns. We talking about and to the Lamb who is that Baphomet energy. Here we go. All the angels were standing around the throne, around the elders, and the living creatures. Once again, the 4 living creatures. Now, I give you the 4 living creatures in the book, who are the which are interesting because they giving you they using your Egyptian our ancient Egyptian science here. They give you the lion, which represents the element fire. They give you the ox, which represents the element of earth. They give you the man, which represents the element of water, because we emotional beings. Then they give you the flying eagle, which represents the element of air. This is what they mean by the 4 living creatures. They fell down on their faces before the throne and worshiped God, saying, Amen. Amen. Amen is the creator deity in ancient Egypt. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanks and honor and power and strength be to our God forever and ever. Amen. So they telling you the creator is everlasting. It was here, it is, it was, it's still to come, and it's always gonna be. So here we go. Then one of the elders asked me, these in white robes, who are they and where did they come from? And the person answered, Sir, you know. And he said, these are they who have come out of the great tribulation, the end of this bullshit ass cycle we living in right now. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Meaning you've healed your bloodline. You've healed your DNA. You've tapped into your Jed force. You went back to the creator. Whether it be the Baphomet, whether it be the any other version of the creator, any other deity that you use to tap into the creator. And your genetics, once they're healed, you can channel this Jed force, this Jedi force through your bloodline, through it flows through the blood of your body. It flows through the genetics in your body, steadily charging those every atom, every cell, every tissue, every organ. This is what they talking about. They washed their robes. They became neutral through meditation, through prayer, I guess you could say. Praying them but chanting, Om. You see what I'm saying? Getting your energy flowing, vibrating your body, so you can tune yourself to the frequencies of the universe. So and then they came out of the Great Tribulation. I told you that's the end of this cycle. The cycle of persecution, the cycle of destruction, the cycle of sin. Sin just basically represents the physical body, or the Iron Age, where we was at our most densest and had the least amount of power. In the last cycle, the Piscean age, and all the other ages for the last 30,000 years, it was a descension. It was a descension into this cycle. Now we coming out of the Great Tribulation, which is happening at this moment in time. We coming out of that Great Tribulation, that great cycle. The cycle ended really in December 21st, 2012, but we've been in the twilight period, the transition period to the next cycle. That's what's been happening. That's why so much crazy shit been happening, because the planet has been gearing up to ascend. So here we are. Here we go here. Therefore, they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. The temple is the primordial realms. Where all the ancestors at. Every deity they ever lived and did the work. The primordial realms. You see what I'm saying? And the primordial realms are direct extensions of the imagination of the creator, the creator source consciousness. You see what I'm saying? That's what they mean by the temple. And he who sits on the throne will spread his tent over them. You know, you be protected. You know, you have a shield now. Once you awaken and come into your true power. Once you have that Kundalini awakening and that Kundalini energy rise through all your chakras, out throughout your crown, then you reconnect with the universe, the creator, and the primordial realms, and it puts a shield rise up from the bottom of your feet and all the way up to the top of your head, and it locks on and it closes inside of you, so you shielded now. You protected during this time period so that you can be able to do your work. And that's another version of protection is a lot of us are spread out at this time, if y'all probably noticed. Like, everybody is everywhere, but everybody has a hard time connecting with each other because we all spread out. And that is for a reason. That's another form of protection. Think about Revenge of the Sith. What happened when all the Jedi were condensed into one single location? They came to their one location and wiped them out. They wiped out the majority of the Jedi in one single night. So, with that being said, the creator hatched a plan this time to spread everybody out all over the planet. They can't get to you. It's too much work to spread out all their forces to get to just you. You know how many of y'all on the planet? It's millions, billions of y'all on the planet. It's billions of chosen ones. There ain't no 144,000. It's just the frequency. They're just the representation of the energy, the 9 frequency of judgment, transition, and completion. That's it. That's all 144,000 represent. The frequency of the Jedi Order of today, who is doing the work on the planet. So here we go. It said, never again will they hunger, never again will they thirst. The sun will not beat upon them. Now here's a good one here. Never again will they hunger, never again will they thirst. Let's start there. If y'all notice, as long as y'all been on this journey, as long as y'all have made this, had this awakening, y'all may have had some struggles, but y'all always had what y'all needed to get the job done. You always had the answer. You always had your needs met. You always had your food, your shelter, your clothing. You always were set up no matter what, while everyone else around you seems to fall off. Like, what the hell are they doing wrong and what am I doing right? This is what you're doing right. You've accepted your calling, the call of the creator, the call of the source. So this is what this is about. This is why you never again will ever hunger. In this cycle, whether it's the cycle of the trial, the tribulation, or the cycles to come, you will never thirst. Thirst for what? You got the knowledge of the ages. You got the supreme wisdom. How you gonna be thirsty? You see what I'm saying? When you talk about physical thirst, even when we talk about physical thirst, hey, you got your physical needs met. You may struggle. That's okay. Everybody struggles. So, but you're gonna always have what you need. You're gonna have the physical needs and the spiritual needs met. And you are the bearers of the source. You protected. You good. You're gonna always be alright. So don't think for a moment, don't doubt for a moment that your ancestors, the primordial realms, the creator ain't got your back. Cause the creator always has your back. Now, the sun will not beat upon them. Now, let me tell y'all this secret. Because I know a lot of people probably didn't even pay attention to this. Before you awaken, you remember how the sun used to burn you? It used to hurt you. It used to attack you. But after you awaken, the sun didn't burn you no more. You remember that? When before you awaken, you used to complain about it being hot. It felt like the sun was attacking you all the time. Well, after you awaken, the sun was your friend again. The sun had your back. It don't burn you no more. You can walk outside and enjoy the sun, absorb the sun's rays. And this is because before you awoken, your melanin was toxic due to all the traumas and fears and pains and suffering that was built up in your DNA. So your melanin became toxic because of that. But after you awoken, you went through an alchemical process that purified your melanin, and your melanin became refined and renewed again. And now you are resonating at the same frequency as the sun. So now you can absorb the sun's energy and even be empowered by the sun. So this is what we're talking about. By the sun will never be upon them, nor any scorching heat. So it could be 150 degrees in this motherfucker, and you're going to be good because your melanin is purified. Your melanin is supreme. You see what I'm saying? So you straight. You all right. So that's why you go outside and you when the sun hits you, the sun just vibrate on your skin. When the sun hit a motherfucker who ain't awoken, the unconscious, or what they call the Gentiles in the Bible, which is a person who's just in a state of zombification or unconsciousness or ain't aware or woke. This is the sun hurt them. The sun burning them. Shit, you see that shit every day. Why is it so hot? Why is it so fire outside? Why is the sun burning my skin? Or it feels like it burning my skin. This is why. Your melanin is toxic. And it's not vibrating at the frequency of the sun. You won't go through that alchemical process, which is the unleashing of that madness, pain, suffering, and traumas in your DNA to purify your melanin, so that your melanin can once again vibrate at the same frequency of the sun and beyond. So that's what they meant here by the sun will not beat upon them, nor any scorching heat. Then it says here, for the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd, their guide. They're talking about your inner guide, your inner self, your inner guidance, your inner compass, your intuition, your insights. You see what I'm saying? All coming from the throne of the Creator, the pineal, the crown, the first eye. All this is the throne of the Creator. You see what I'm saying? This is your throne. Shoot, the imagination of your hippocampus, the regulation of your sexual energies and force of your hypothalamus. You see what I'm saying? The regulation of your melanin inside your physical body with your pituitary gland. This is what they mean by the throne of God. You see what I'm saying? It's all inside of you. This is all anatomical teachings that describe you, your energetic frequencies that flow inside of you. And here it says, and he will lead them to springs of living water. He will lead them to springs of immortality, because living water always continue to flow forever and ever and ever. So this is immortality. These are Taoist teachings here. If you ever study the Taoist teachers, they always talking about immortality and living forever. And they even have the ability to preserve their consciousness after death. So you're talking about eternal consciousness from this life. That's what we talking about by he will lead them to the springs of living water. Yeah, this is what they mean, immortality, forever and ever and ever. You see what I'm saying? And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Shit, you ain't gonna be suffering in the next cycle. Hell, you suffering in this cycle. So, and even still, when them tears drop, oh, don't think that your ancestors don't hear you more than they hear you when you just, when it ain't sincere. Because when you crying, it's sincere. It hurts now. So they feel that, and they go out there and put in the work to make sure that you get what you need, so your vibrations can rise again. You see what I'm saying? So that you can be back. So you can be back out here doing the work, elevating the consciousness of the planet. That's what they mean here. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. So there you go. There you go. That's the scripture on the 144,000 and the Jedi Order. So yeah, God is the creator. The Lamb is the Baphomet. The seal of God is the seal of the Baphomet that you receive in your first eye. So it's gonna be inside meditation. The 144,000 is the frequency and energy of the chosen ones, and the chosen ones of this era. Just make sure I'm covering everything now. Let's see here. the chosen ones who have embarked on their soul's journey to help the Creator, the earth, and the people on it to higher densities, higher dimensions, and higher levels of awareness. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. We hit it all. Good. I'm straight now. So, with that being said, there you go. So y'all. So and on top of that, that white robe also represent magical armor. Yeah. You see this? You see this shirt? You wouldn't know that was magical armor. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm wearing it. You wear magical armor every day. It's enchanted, cause you God and goddess. You don't have to obey the laws of this third dimensional matrix. Shit, you are the law. The law said that ye are gods in the physical. You know, deities down here. So you 140. You being 144,000 of this time. The Jedi of this time have inside of you unique abilities that are now starting to be unlocked. Your soul is starting to unlock them more and more now, because the everything is starting to speed up, and the cycles, the new cycle is slowly starting to come in. Because I'm gonna tell y'all another secret: this third dimensional Earth is nothing but fifth dimensional Earth's lower self. So yeah, there go another little gem for y'all. So y'all know what y'all getting into. That's why they tell you about the new Earth in the Book of Revelation. That's just you returning back to that's just Earth returning back to her fifth dimensional higher self, so that she can continue to rise up the dimensional hierarchy and refine herself as well. Cause she has a soul too. Everything has a soul. This is what your indigenous priests of America especially knew. They had the teaching of animism, which is which teaches you that everything around you has a soul, because everything here is a manifestation of Earth soul. And animatism, which is the ability to use your consciousness to manipulate the environment around you. So, in other words, your soul connects with the soul of the Earth, and because of this energetic exchange, you're able to affect it, communicate with it, and manipulate it. So that's just some more information for y'all. I pretty much hit it. Remember, y'all the Jedi Order this time. Y'all the chosen ones. Y'all did what y'all y'all have been doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Y'all are the masters. Y'all are the Yodas and Mace Windu's of your time. So don't let them fuck you out of that. Their legacy. They have the elites, the enemy of this cycle, the cabal of this cycle has a tendency to fuck the chosen ones out their legacy, according to what history says. Rashida Moore, thank you so much. No problem, Rashida. So they have a tendency to fuck us out of our legacy, and then take our legacy and pervert it and sell it back to us. So in a horrifying way, so that we'd be scared of it. They've been doing this for at least the last 3,000 years, 3,000 years. So they went hard at it between 1200. Between 12 and 1300 on up to this cycle here, you know. So they tried their best to destroy our teachings, or if they couldn't destroy our teachings, pervert it and push it back out in the media, so in a horrific way, so that you wouldn't accept your own legacy. So that's what they've been doing. So y'all watch out for that. Y'all got this. We got this. Hell. So don't let them fuck you out of this. I'm gonna tell y'all now, we winning. We been winning. So this cycle is almost over. The transitioning is happening as we speak, and the planet has already graduated as far as her ascension. And this is why all the crazy things are happening on the planet. It ain't just a heart machine. It's they doing a little bit of that now, but it ain't a lot. The planet has graduated. The people on the planet has graduated. So the elevation of the planet is starting to rise, and she's starting to make changes for this new frequency, this new density of the fourth, and then the fifth, and on, and so on and so on. So there y'all go. So y'all have any questions? Well, if y'all don't have no questions, I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out. Let them know. Let your friends know what's going on, because I know they probably having a hard time and kind of curious where they at right now. Where we at in this transition period, and we are winning. We are at the end of this cycle. We're transitioning into the new cycle, and all the old shit is being purged. So all that old bullshit, the pedophilia, all that crazy shit that they was doing in the old Piscean cycle is being purged away. So y'all good. Y'all good. So George Robinson, the Baphomet, also is that ram caught in the bush, where Abraham looked up and saw the ram caught in the bush. Yeah. Baphomet symbolism all throughout the Bible. The shepherd is a reference to the goat god Pan, who is the son of Bane-Jedek and Hotmahit, which is the Baphomet and Isis and Sophia. So it's all there. The Jedi lineage been there, even with Muhammad. His magical name is Mahomet. You see what I'm saying? So Islam, Sufi, the list goes on. They just encrypted it. So they went. So and distorted the teachings. That's all they've been doing, so that y'all wouldn't find out who you were. So with that being said, y'all put the word out. Let everybody know what's up. Like I said, I'm Marvin Jones, and I'm out. Peace.